All right, Knights of Apollo, today we sail the seas. We've got an epic NTW3 naval battle. So, I don't know if you guys noticed, they made like this naval update for the mod. It's optional, but it adds naval multiplayer to the game. I'm not 100% sure what exactly it adds, what kind of details, modifications. Not sure, but it's great to have another epic Age of Sail battle on the channel, and we've got a good one today. Just look at the sheer scale of this fight. We're gonna see tons of factions too, so more than just, two factions. We're gonna see 3 factions. So if we go ahead and just jump in here, on one side we've got 3 armies of the Royal Navy, and accompanying them, oddly enough, is the Americans. We've got the United States Navy, and they've got some fun ships here, guys. I mean, we've got the USS Constitution, which is still active in the US Navy. Now, does it go out and do missions? No, but it still sails, and I think it's the oldest commissioned ship that still sails. Now, technically, the British Navy still has the the HMS Victory, but it does not sail. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, the USS Constitution still kicking the British ass, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, the old Ironsides are here. I love the US names as well. USS President. All right, guys, it's time to roll out the President. And then we've got USS United States, also known as Old Wagon. You know it's over when the U.S. is rolling out the old wagon to go take care of you, So, anyways, it's cool to see the U.S. But they're gonna be taking on some European factions here. We've got the French here on the battlefield. So the French, they're rolling out. So I think 2 French naval fleets, and then we have the Spanish. So very cool stuff, and I love the names. Got Neptune here. The names of these ships are just fun. I really like, naming ships and stuff. Like the British kind of go with a Greek. They got a lot of Greek named ships, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, like Minotaur. So the HMS Minotaur. I think they also have like Orion. They have I think they also have like, oh, there's London. There's one that's named after, something British. Dreadnought, that's cool. Oh, there's the Orion, and then the Shannon. So very cool stuff. Anyways, what's gonna happen here is that the wind is blowing from west to east. So what's gonna happen most likely is either they're gonna turn sharply here and use the wind. So that's usually the case. You want to fight. Well, historically speaking, this was kind of interesting. The British would sail with the wind into battle, and the French would sail against the wind into battle. And I don't know if this is 100% true. I know that's true, but the reasoning for that is that the French will have an option to get out of the situation quickly. If they have to turn around, the wind will be in their sails. But the British, of course, using the wind to go into battle. Again, I don't know how true that is. It's something I heard. I'm no expert on naval history, but pretty funny stuff. I know the French did not have a navy as quality as the Royal Navy, and that's, one of the big reasons for that is, well, they don't live on an island. The British live on an island, so they have to have a strong navy. But anyways, we're just going to wait for these ships to engage. This is going to be really interesting. I think the French are going to go wide around the British. The British, I think, are trying to cut them off. And oh, there we go, guys. We've got our first volley between the 2 bitter rivals. And I love the Marines on the ship. You got the sailors walking around in their fun blue striped shirts, which are now like what tourists buy when they go to France. We've got the cannoneers here loading up the cannons. Oh yeah, the cannon crew. Another good shot there. So they're getting some good shots on the ship. Agamemnon. Oh my gosh. The HMS Agamemnon. He's taking the hits. I can't talk. I'm sorry. He's taking the hits pretty hard here. Taking some brutal hits. Just spearheading this attack. And look at the detail of the sails kind of being tattered here and shot up. Got some Marines going up, trying to take care of the ship. But already we've got French. Oh, the French are threading the needle between their own allied ships, trying to get some shots on the British. And the French are starting to drop their sails because they are going to be catching the wind soon. I like this. I like this bold strategy, guys. I love how, you know, it's kind of coming to a point here, these two sides, as they fight for the superior positioning. The French beat them to the wind, more or less. They beat them to this position. You know, I love Age of Sail. I really do. It's just, what an era. What an era in naval combat. So, I was so excited when Holdfast Nations at War was coming out because they put such emphasis on naval combat. But apparently, to my understanding, the community was like, no, we want land battles. It's like, no, land battle, that's been done. We want to see some naval combat. And they kind of, they have naval combat, but they didn't go as deep into it. You know, they didn't add all the features that they wanted, but this is very loud. Look at the officer. Look at the, so cool as a cucumber. Look at him. Just standing right on the edge. Just totally, this is so cool. What a shot. What a shot this is. He's just like, that dude, what a stoic bastard. We got the cannons reloading. And he's just chilling. He's just like, you know, not even giving out orders. He's like, he knows what the men know what they need to do. It almost looks like he's got a bodyguard here. Wow, so things are getting very intense. And the British, they're currently, their point man here, they are unfortunately stationary as they try to repair their ship. This ship is getting obliterated for the British, and this is a fantastic start. Look at this. A fantastic start to this battle. Wow, okay, guys, this is very loud. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Well, that might be why it's so loud. So I'm going to turn the effects down a little bit. I do apologize about that. So let's see how this sounds. It's probably, yeah, a little bit more manageable. So they're now at insulting distance where they can exchange insults. The French have really walled off this British advance here. They're still trying to split the French Navy. The Spanish need to hurry up. They need to hurry up and get over here. I'm not a big fan of this Spanish formation here. I think they need to get into like a 2-column and make their way down there. They're a little too like clumped up, unless they're gonna change formation once they get into firing range, which might be the case. See, I think this is a better fleet formation. But again, the Spanish might have something up their sleeve of some sort. But yeah, this is getting intense, guys. And the French, even though this is going well for the French at the start of this naval engagement, they're kind of stranded by themselves here for a little bit. Oh, look at this. You got some stern cannons firing from the captain's chamber there. But yeah, look at this, guys. I mean, I can't not imagine that they're gonna start boarding each other's ships. And look at, they kind of got them surrounded. We've got this little French ship that unfortunately is kind of in a bad area, and they're gonna get hit from two sides here. the Minotaur. The HMS Minotaur is coming up, and they are going to do some strikes here. But yeah, the French are really trying to fight for this position and block them off. They're now even turning some ships as well, which are going to get some good supporting fire on the French ships that are in close combat right now. Literally close combat. Where's the officer? I wonder, has he moved? See, I'm trying to see. Oh, there's the, look at the admiral right here. Or maybe the captain. I don't know if this is the admiral. Oh, the Franklin. I wonder if the ship was named after Benjamin Franklin. Him being a big emissary, a big diplomat that would go to Paris all the time and sleep with the French women and eventually get syphilis, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so I wonder if that's why they named it Franklin. But yeah, they're still trying to bottleneck the British here. But here's the thing: as time goes on, more and more British ships are getting into range here, so they're getting into position. We do have some shots fired. It looks like the Spanish have just, or no. I think that's, I was not able to tell. Yeah, I think the Spanish shot some. Yeah. There we go. The first shots fired by the Spanish Navy. Neptuno. A little too Italian, but yeah. So they're opening fire. They're exchanging some shots, and it's becoming a just I don't know, a mosh pit over here of ships. An absolute carnage of a fight. Oh, this ship is getting chipped apart, and it's only going to get worse, and they're starting to break. No surprise there. We got another French ship breaking, actually not breaking, sinking, and Davy Jones is going to be taking this ship for his own. And it looks like, well, it looks like the British are just, even though they're kind of surrounded, they are holding on. Oh, wait, no. Now, let's not forget, what was the first ship that kind of led the charge was Agamemnon. Let's see, where is he? Oh, there he is. He's still in it. So the British have not lost a ship. They're just in here. They're just like, bring it. Bring it on. Bring it on. And it does appear the French are kind of losing this naval battle. I'm seeing a lot of French troops. There's finally, we do have one HMS British ship here starting to waver, and it's just a blood match right now. Over here, we have a random British ship. Look at this guy. Look at this little guy. He's on a suicide mission. What are you doing? So he's getting a little too close to the Spanish, but the Spanish now look like, see, it looks like they might be going in to try to cut off the reinforcements of the British. That actually might work here a little bit. If they can get into this gap right here, they might be able to save this French fleet. Because if they get into here, they're going to be able to fire, not only like they're going to stop the reinforcements and fire at them, but they're also going to fire on this side as well and potentially surround the British as they're taking on the French here. But jeez, what a mess this is. Cinematic mess though, for sure. This is beautiful. I mean, this is why I love the Age of Sail battles in Total War, Napoleon and Empire. It's just, they're so cool. And it's a real shame that Total War did not continue to expand upon naval combat. I mean, I think it peaked with Shogun 2. Well, the Shogun 2, I don't know if I would say it peaked, but the Shogun 2, like, late period naval ships is really cool. Like the steam-powered ships and the ironclads and stuff. Those were really cool. Oh, and it looks like my game crashed. All right, guys, so I think we're back where we had a little bit of a crash. I think we're back where we left off. So we're at a point where the Spanish are in a very critical moment here. They got a couple options. They can either cut in kind of steeply here, kind of turn tight, and try to cut off the Royal Navy's reinforcements, or they can go around wide and kind of link up with the French and kind of support them there. I think their best bet is to kind of cut the Royal Navy off a little bit early. It looks like the Royal Navy is going to turn here pretty early here. So they're going to start to turn and use the wind to aid them. And I think they're going to just go down the line of these French and Spanish ships. Now, just to keep up, the U.S. ships, they're way in the back, so we're not going to see them fight until the very end of the battle, most likely.
One of our ships is withdrawing from the fight.
And there we go. We got another ship withdrawing from the fight. This is the HMS Shannon. Unfortunately, they have had enough, and they're gonna... This is not the best way to retreat. They're gonna get bombarded just constantly by all these ships as they flee the fight. This battle over here, again, it's a close one, but I still think, I don't know, it's very close. It's very back and forth. Because at first glance, it kind of looks like the Royal Navy is gonna take it. But if you look closely, we've got some nice 3 ships on the perimeter. This is a really good spot for them because they're going to be able to just pump shots into this blob. The Spanish are also here helping out as well. Look at this, guys. So the Spanish pumping some shots into the fight as well, so kind of supporting the French. And then the French, in the mix of the chaos, the French has multiple ships still slugging it out with the Royal Navy. So it's chaotic, it's a mess, but the French might be recovering here nicely. We'll see what happens. A lot of ships are starting to turn and go towards the wind. So we see that with the Spanish. Look at, guys, they are turning towards the wind. At least for now, they're kind of turning and getting shots on this British little section of the Royal Navy. But the British here have turned. Look at this. This, instead of continuously going down and kind of supporting the fight, I think they want to get their ships in the battle. So they're like, you know what? Let's cut off here, turn towards the wind. So right now they're headed north. So they're catching like northeast. So they're catching a little bit of the wind. That is why their sails are out and about, trying to generate some speed here. And this is going to be a brutal fight that's going to unravel here. Oof, brutal fight. Oh, look at that volley. That was sexy. That was nice. Put a smile on my face for sure. And in return, it's getting a taste of its own medicine, and it's getting hit hard by so many different ships. This seems ideal for the Spanish and the French. I mean, they're just taking turns shooting at this Royal Navy. The Navy needs to... I think they need to quickly turn here, guys. I mean, they just need to get as many cannons firing down on the Spanish and French here. They've got to turn their ships and get it going. Now, what survived this initial engagement, we've got some French forces kind of seems like getting out of this predicament. They're kind of shimmying their way with their allies and going, you know, away from the fight. It looks like the French were going to head this way, but now they're turning away from the wind. I think they're just trying to keep the British from cutting them off. And oh, look at the bird's eye view of the struggle here. Look at you can just see the formations of these ships and how the British are turning in. The Americans are getting close to the front line, so pretty soon we might see them open fire, tragically, on their best and eldest ally, which is the French. So, and the Spanish. The Spanish helped out as well in the American Revolution, but tragic it is. But that's the beauty of Total War. You get to see scenarios that would never happen and get an idea of how they would play out. So we've got this Swiftsure, HMS Swiftsure, going straight for the enemy, head first. I have no idea what they're trying to do here. Maybe they're trying to cut off some troops, some ships. But, okay, let's zoom out here so we can really see the patterns of movement of these ships. After this, there's now a graveyard of wavering ships over here. The French are still kind of dealing with the victorious Royal Navy that won in this engagement. I mean, the French, you know, these ships were part of the initial engagement as well, so they're still fighting it out. I think the French might be able to scratch their way to a victory in this small, you know, a minor victory, not an overall victory yet. But we'll see what happens with that engagement. Over here, the British are just going Leroy Jenkins into this line of ships. I mean, you got HMS Orion here. I mean, look at this. Like, what are you doing? They are going to get blasted, and you can see they are suffering a lot of casualties and damage. The same thing over here. These ships just... This is not a good idea to try to slice through the French forces. And now the French, if I was the French, I would hold position. Just hold position and destroy these British ships that they just so recklessly sent in. Now, we do have a little bit of a change of path here for the French Navy. They are sending 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 ships to break formation and go for the rear of the British Navy. Now, this is a tricky tactic because they are, well, basically they're against the wind. So it's going to be very difficult to do this quickly. And obviously the British are going to see it coming, but we'll see how this plays out. Now look at this, guys, entering the ring. We've got an American ship already on fire. This is the USS Chesapeake, 38 gun frigate. What are you doing, frigate? What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Black smoke is in the air like Conyers, Georgia. I don't know what their plan is here. Again, similar to the British strategy, they're just going head first into this ship of the line here, this line of ships. They're trying to cut it out. The frigate's fast moving, so why bring a small ship for speed and maneuverability? But it's not the kind of ship that should be spearheading an attack because they can't take as many hits. And this ship's so done. I don't know how the morale is so high. Now we've got the USS Constellation, the Yankee Racehorse. This is another frigate trying to lead the way and cut off the Spanish. Uh-oh. Oh, no. We have an admiral down. The HMS Caesar had James, and the Admiral James is jumping ship here. And tragically, a great ship for the Royal Navy is going to be living the rest of its life or death at the bottom of the sea. So that's a huge loss for the Royal Navy, and you can see it's causing a mass rout here. I think most of these ships are going to be breaking. I think the French kind of came out on top here, but now, guys, it seems like battle lines are crumbling. British and American ships are spearheading into this formation. Amazingly enough, they recovered from the fire. The USS Chesapeake recovered from the fire, and they are still in it, battling ship of the lines. Battling ship of the lines. Okay, finally they're breaking. I mean, oh. Yeah, not good. That is just a bad position. And there we go. Another ship caught fire. Now you gotta be careful. These ships can explode gloriously. And that is because if the, at the very bottom, the most protected part of the ship, they have the gunpowder. If you hit that, it can cause a massive explosion. And, well, your ship goes bye-bye instantly. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I like how the U.S. just kind of threw their frigates in there just to try to throw off, I guess, the Spanish formation. They've got to know that they're not going to win this engagement, but dang. Oh, look at, they're boarding. They're boarding, guys. What Chads? The USS Constellation, they're going in. They're taking on a massive ship with the... Oh, and we crashed again. All right, guys. So once again, I think we're back where we left off before the crash. Guys, these crashes are brutal because I have to restart the replay and fast forward it all the way back. And it can take a good 10, 20 minutes, even with fast forwarding, because it's just so laggy and slow. Anyways, all I'm saying is if you're appreciating the battle, don't forget to leave a like. So we're right where we left off. The Americans are about to board a much larger ship. And if we're looking at the numbers here, 162 men versus 94. So this doesn't seem like their strategy here is necessarily to win. It seems that more they just want to slow this unit down. Now they're disengaging. They are disengaging. Oh, they're braking. That's why. Yeah, so let's get a bird's eye view of the situation. All things have just broken loose, guys. There's no more rhyme or reason or organization. Everything is just breaking. You can even look on the mini map. It's one big blue blob versus the red blob. And there is some good moves here by the French. You can see, like, the French were trying to surround the Royal Navy, but they weren't having that. In fact, the US, outside of their frigates, just like, you know, charging in Leroy Jenkins style, the Americans are now sending the big boys, the 44 guns. They're still frigates, but they're bigger, and they're coming over to support the British. And the British are, again, just going with the wind, taking on the French. The French looks like they want to get out of this situation. Oh, there we go. French ship firing down on American ship. How about that? How about that? And the British look like they're about to be engulfed here, just completely. The Royal Navy's going full speed ahead against these these flanking ships. Now back over this way, a lot of carnage and chaos has unraveled. We see a lot of breaking British, American, some French ships are breaking here, but it looks like things are quieting down over on this side of the naval battle. And they're going to really pick up in the center here, and especially over on this side. So, let's see what happens here. They're really trying to catch up to them. Ooh, that is loud. You got to have it loud, though. Dang, look at that. Look at this shot right here. The ship's coming down, ready to fight. So, yeah, they're still chasing, and it looks like maybe the French are gonna make a stand here and go toe-to-toe. We got the HMS Captain. Canada class, nice. And then we've got the Formidable. But the Formidable is going to stop, and they're going to keep going. So here's another opportunity, guys, for the Spanish and French to cut the Royal Navy in half. They could turn and cut right in between the center, between the two groupings, and cut them off and try to fire both groupings. It's risky because I don't know if there's enough ships here to perform that maneuver, but it's certainly an option. And now the French are they're turning their ships. We're gonna have a collision here. They just turned in the nick of time. Now we got the Marines opening fire from the poop deck. The officer looking dapper as ever. Look at him. Doesn't even flinch. Doesn't even move. mess. What a mess. This sailor's so calm in this situation. An immense amount of ships in one small area. What is the Royal Navy doing? And here comes the Americans. They're going wide. They're turning wide. It looks like he's going to try to engage this French Neptune ship. Here we go. They're turning. See if he gets some shots on him. No, he's turning back away from him so his guns can't fire on him. I guess he just wants to close in the distance. They are not going to cut off the Royal Navy here. It doesn't look like it. Looks like they're going to stay the course and kind of link up with this big mosh pit of a battle that is going on this side. Oh, some good hits on the USS United States. The old wagon. The old wagon's trying to turn. They've got to hurry up. I don't know what they're doing. So they're allies with the British, but I mean, there's really, I guess there's a decent amount of French troops here. The Spanish are starting to get into range now. Maybe, oh, I see. Maybe they're trying to line up their guns to shoot at this breaking French ship here, but they're already breaking, so Neptune is out of the battle. They've got a couple French troops, the Franklin, and then we have the Formidable. Let's just see how formidable the Formidable is as they are getting surrounded by enemy ships. And then here comes the Spanish. They're going just head first into this fight. There's the officer, unfazed. Oh my gosh. That is loud. So they're exchanging blows. It looks like this Spanish ship is going to go ahead and do the same thing. It's a small ship, but it packs a punch. Everything is going wild in this engagement over here on this side of the battle. And this is a sizable... Well, hold on. Look at this. Look what the Spanish and the French are doing. They are completely on the rear of the Royal Navy. And it looks like they're going to attack from two sides. This actually might work out really nicely because the wind is in their sails. If they can pick up speed, I mean, the same thing could be said for the Royal Navy, but if they can pick up speed along with this section of their army, they could get the British surrounded and absolutely crush this Navy. It's looking kind of rough for the British Navy. It's still early, guys, and they're even repairing some ships as we speak. Where's the U.S. ships? There's one. He's coming in to help fight the Spanish. He's gonna go plug this gap. But there's a lot of breaking ships over here that are just stationary. They don't know what to do. They're just done. I guess they're hoisting the white flag and just saying, hey, we're done here. Now we got the old wagon going toe-to-toe with some Spanish ships. Oof. Good hits on the old wagon. We get a bird's eye view of this situation. What is the Royal Navy gonna do to get out of this? They could kind of split. So what they could do is split their forces. One go like this and one go like this. Well, I think it's probably best that they stick everyone together. They consolidate, because it is starting to look like they're getting outgunned, outnumbered. So I'm just quickly looking. Let's see. It's hard to tell. It's very chaotic, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish ships. And you can already tell there's way more Spanish and French. Well, I don't know if I count these guys as well. There's a lot of ships, guys. I'm not going to start counting ships here. This is just too much. There's too much going on. So HMS Caesar with an 80 gun ship here, the third rate ship of the line. The big boy. Not the biggest, but certainly big. And the Spanish still going toe to toe with the US. San Francisco. Ooh. Ooh. The British coming around. The Spanish, though, on this side, the HMS Dreadnought, second rate, Neptune class, had 98 guns, now down to 64 guns. Look at all the decks here. So many. But they're about to meet a French ship on the other side. They're letting them know, getting some good shots. The British have to be careful here, though, because they're getting surrounded on multiple fronts, and then they're going against the wind, where the French are using the wind to close in. So they're definitely going to get some reinforcements up there, and they're going to crush these British ships. They're going to just absolutely crush them. Look at all the breaking ships here, the wavering ships that are just done for. Just sitting ducks out in the water. You can see, like, the scale of this naval battle. It was all the way over here, now converging. Everyone's consolidating, and we're going to have the epic conclusion to this naval battle right here. I got to say, it looks good in terms of positioning for the French. It looks pretty good. They've got units on the side here, in the front, in the back. All they have to do is start sinking some ships. Sinking some ships, and they can do it. We got snipers up in the crow's nest. Look at this. Some guns up in the crow's nest firing down. That's actually how Horatio Nelson died. He got hit by a sniper, which is pretty tragic. Considering, like, everything he's been through, a sniper takes him out, you know. But he dies fighting. An absolute Chad. Oh my gosh, what a mess over here. We've got two French ships converging on one HMS Minotaur, but they're gonna get blasted from multiple angles by the British. The British are considering they're kind of outpositioned, you know, overall, they're doing a good job of sticking together and really, I think, like, the way they're gonna win this battle is to concentrate on a couple ships at a time, sink them quickly, and then move on, kind of like a divide and conquer, you know, something of that nature. Fight united of a divided enemy navy. Man, but some of these ships are very banged up. Oof. So we're getting close to the end here. There's only 21 minutes left, and there goes another ship destroyed. So as time goes on, more and more ships meeting their end. Look at all the ships breaking over here. All the ships breaking here. I mean, it's pretty crazy. All right, let's see. Let's see if the British can fight their way out of it. It looks like they're doing a pretty good job. The tables are kind of turning here. It's hard to tell, honestly. The French have a ship out here. They've got a couple ships out here. The US is trying to repair one of their ships. Which one is it? The old wagon. The old wagon's still in it. And of course, we cannot forget The USS Constitution coming in, not to fight the British, but to fight with them? Like, what are you doing? But they're going to try to get some shots on this Spanish ship that I think is trying to repair. We've got we got one Spanish and one British ship, or I'm sorry, French ship trying to repair. So they might be trying to close in and make sure they can't repair and they can get them out of the battle. So the USS, they're going to try. They're going to try their damnest. Oh, come on. That's one thing we haven't seen in this battle. Oh, baby, they're getting wrecked. Oh, the mast is falling. Their back mast has fallen. That's gonna... Oh, yeah, they're done. They're done. I don't know if they hit them with chain ball or something like that. That was nasty. Very good shot right there. And now the USS Constitution is going to go in and finish up this next one. There's more chaos in the thick of the fight. The balance of power, look, if you look at the balance of power, it is fairly even, slightly in favor of the French-Spanish. Oh. Did you guys hear that? That's loud. Damn. That is loud. So that was a great bombardment. Actually causes the French ship to break. Uh-oh. Where's this? Admiral. Oh, James again. He's down to 51 guns. A little more than half than what he started with. He's got 179 men. There's the Admiral himself. Look at, he's like, repair the ship. He's got his first lieutenant here. Repair the ship, you dogs. Hurry, you don't want to lose to the French, do you? It would be a stain on our flag. But yeah, they're in trouble because we've got a French and Spanish ship closing in. Woo.
One of our ships is withdrawing from the fight.
Oh, the Admiral breaks. Not a good sight for the British, but it doesn't change the balance of power too much. It's still anyone's game. Still anyone's game. So a big chunk of French and Spanish ships right here closing in. We've got some American ships accompanied with some British ships over here. So it almost seems like a battle of two sides. So over here, we've got I guess we'll call them the Allies. And then over here, we've got the Anglos. The Anglos. So I think what's going to happen here is they're going to group up with what they have left, and then they're going to both go at it. And this might be the final chapter of this battle. But it's still not that clear. I mean, there's still some British ships over here fighting. I mean, look at the smoke. Still fighting it out. They're doing the best they can here, guys. They're trying to break the Spanish ship. Oh, is that a French ship sinking? Yeah, we got a ship sinking. Still no explosion. Uh-oh, it's on fire. Oh, look at that. The sails have caught fire. Yes! There's our explosion. The powder had caught, I guess, fire and exploded. That was cool. Sometimes I swear some of these ships blow up while like in good shape. If you just hit them right. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I haven't played a naval battle in so long. Oh, hold on. What is this? Hold on, hold on. Oh, no, 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 no. We got two random little ships fighting it out. Well, they're not like little, but look at this. And the British are victorious. They defeat the French. That's one less French ship. The balance of power is just turned in favor of the British. They're coming back. And whoever wins this, they're going to have a lot of ships that they can like ferry home, you know, a lot of supply, because these ships are expensive and take years to build. So if they come out on top, they can capture all these surrendered ships and take them home and fix them up and put their own colors on them, you know, like make them their own. Okay, this is fun. This is the epic moment right here. You can see that the American ships and the British ships, the Royal Navy, they've turned their ships towards the enemy and they're ready to confront the Spanish and the French, who are still trying to take care of some British ships over on this side. So there's a small section of British ships that they're trying to take care of quickly so they can go and concentrate all of their ships on this. This would be the north side that are headed south towards them. Wow. Here we go. We're going to see some exchanging of cannonballs here. I don't know. The British are trying to, I think he's trying to angle it so his broadside is not exposed. Come on, don't be afraid. Expose that broadside. Oh, it's Horatio Nelson. No wonder it's going straight for the enemy like that. Horatio Nelson going in. Down to 59 guns, 174 men. And he is just experiencing the wrath of the Spanish and French forces right now. He's going to need some major support here. Major support. Losing slightly. Only slightly. The men are like, we're getting crushed. No. We're losing slightly, okay? We've got this. So here comes a nice exchange. Look at this. This is going to be fun. Oh! And then they're going to hit him on the other side. Come on, hit him on the other. Yeah! Yeah, that's gnarly. That's brutal right there. Just wood flying everywhere. I mean, it would have had to have been terrifying being on the on these ships. You know? It's like cannonballs aren't even the scariest thing. It's like random splinters of wood. They could just like lodge into your neck or whatever. Oh, we got another British ship taking care of a small Spanish ship. The HMS Caesar. The balance of power is still back to even. It looks like the French and the Spanish are trying to claw their way back into this one. Where's Nelson? Here's Nelson, just in the thick of it, fighting. I wouldn't have it any other way. The Marines are kind of looking the wrong way. Here's Nelson looking out. Oh, that's awesome. What a shot. Horatio Nelson. Just looking out from the poop deck. Opening fire on the Spanish. We've got another ship being boarded. U.S. versus Spanish. It looks like the Spanish are going to take this one. They heavily outnumbered the U.S. troops here. There's not a chance in the world that the U.S. wins. Balance of power is now shot back in favor of the British. The Anglos got two French ships getting surrounded right now by the British. Oh yeah, that might be the nail in the coffin right there. Multiple French ships getting overwhelmed by great positioning of the British ships. And I'm trying to look around. All I really see is Spanish. I think the French might be out. They've got one trying to repair. They got one ship in this fight. We're nearing the end. Here's another ship. Where are they going? The Majestic. Balance of power is definitely in favor of the British, but it's at the stage of the battle where there's so few units, it could drastically change. Oof. The Spanish, it appears that they're trying to group up together, try to form some sort of fleet here, that whatever they have left. But you know, as this battle goes on, it just looks less and less likely that the French and Spanish are going to win this one. This was awesome. Again, it's still too early to call it, but so far this one has been awesome. Oh, look at this. Watching the battle unravel because it was so back and forth. Extremely back and forth. But I'm just glad it didn't crash again as we reach the end here. Yeah. Let's see. It looks like we got American frigate moving in, the USS President. Where's the Constitution? The Constitution better still be in here. It better be in here. Let's see. I swear. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream loudly if I don't see. It's hard to find anything. Where it? Oh, there's the Constitution. What is he doing way out here? Old Ironsides. What about Old Wagon? Wagon? I don't know if Wagon made it. But it's like they're trying to maneuver, bob and weave in a graveyard of, you know, broken and surrendered ships. Oh, there's Old Wagon. At least it didn't sink. It just surrendered. Oh no, it's sinking. Yeah. I think it's, yeah, it's sinking. No, Old Wagon. No. The water. Oh, there it goes. It's tipping. The water's pulling it down. Save the men. Look at them. Kick those little feet. Oh, and then what is this? A Spanish ship getting in the way. Is it sinking? It's got to. The crew fell out. It's just taking a little while. That's so cool. Man, what an era of Total War this was, you know. I know this is a mod and everything, but still, like, what cool naval battles this is. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this battle is a Anglo victory. They're down to a handful of ships, and the British are moving in to take care of them. So we'll see once they close in. So we're doing a little bit of a fast forward here, just because this has been an absolute marathon of a fight. And I don't play enough naval battles to really, like, give great strategic analysis here. I mean, other than, like, you know, macro, I don't know about the micro in terms of what the players could have done to win this day. There goes the USS Constitution getting in range. Oh, this is the killing blow right here. I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 ships, 7 if you count the US. You got another one way over there. And you got more coming in this way, a lot more. And they're gonna go in and do some damage. We're down to the last 5 minutes of this battle. I guess technically it could end in a draw, but that doesn't matter. It's pretty abundantly clear that this is going to be a Royal Navy victory. We got this big old French ship here. Look at this boy. Big old ship. But he's hurt. He's hurt. He's fighting hard. Look at him. Oh, he's fighting hard. He's not going out without a fight. The USS President is in danger. And his HUD little icon is glitching out, but they're breaking. The old wagon is becoming the old anchor as it drops to the water. Amazingly, it's still, you can still see it on the surface. Its crew still just like begging for mercy. Dang, dude. Salute, guys. Salute. Press F for the old wagon. She was a good ship. I'm just waiting for it to tip. But she's hanging on. She's hanging on. Any moment now. Look at that, though. When is it gonna just like be swallowed whole by the ocean? Looks like the Spanish are delaying the inevitable. They're I mean, I shouldn't say that. It looks like they're trying to line up their guns to get some good shots off, but the balance of power has only gotten worse as time goes on. We're gonna continue to watch the old wagon fall into the sea as it deserves this special moment in time. There it goes, finally. Look at this guy in the, oh, the guy's on the crow's nest. He's hanging on. He's like, oh no, get up, quick, get up. Look at them. They're like, climb higher. They're falling over. That's funny. I've never seen this. This guy. Oh no. 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 The ocean's gonna take him. Whoop. It's up to, come on, man, get up. I think they're dead. They just like fell over and hit their head. And now they're dead. Oh. She put up a good fight against the waters, but it was too much for her. And there goes the old wagon. The old wagon. All right, there we go. The Spanish are fleeing the fight. And the British are pursuing, guys. And I think what we're going to do is just go ahead and get to the end results and look at the stats. All right, guys. So like I said, it was going to end in a draw, but we know that the Royal Navy takes this one. Just, I guess, if you're counting like the strength of power near the end of the fight. But this one was sent in by Cassius. So I want to give him a big old thank you for this battle replay. He always sends in these great, excellent, unique battle replays. So I'll just kind of quickly scroll down the kills here for you guys. You can pause and look at it. This was fun. It was unique. It was different. We had a fun naval battle. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, guys, if you want to see more, let me know down in the comments below. But GG to all the players in this fight. This was a lot of fun to watch, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.